Hey, what's up? Today we're going to start a little bit of work on our new camper. We've got a Shasta 26DB. We got a 2022 model. So this isn't exactly what we walked through. There's a few changes on it, and before this video is done, I think I'm going to try to walk through a few things. It wasn't very much, but it was a couple things I was kind of disappointed about. But we're just going to get right into the projects. I'm trying to bring a bunch of stuff out, bedding, pots and pans, all the stuff we're going to travel with. And then we got a few things to put in. I bought a TV mount, and a lot of people on some Facebook pages have quite a few questions about how to mount them, what to use, what's the best ones or whatever. I'm going to show you what we bought. It's specifically made for an RV. So let me unplug you here. But what we got was this Mounting Dream is the brand. We got it off Amazon, and it's specifically made for RVs. It has a locking mechanism to keep it up against the wall whenever you're traveling. And as all TV mounts come, there's spacers, there's bolts, and this is the first one I've seen that actually has mounting hardware. And I think it's just because it's RV. They sent, they knew what you were kind of mount to, so they sent kind of shorter lag bolts, and it tells you in the instructions all the stuff you need, and most of them come with a level. And use it how you want. It's a 3-inch level. So, and then some cord wrapping, straps, and the mount itself. Ours is like a full swivel pull out, one of those. And then we bought a 40-inch. It's a Roku. I don't even know what brand it was. Let's see. The Hisense. I think we got it on Black Friday this year. But the 40-inch is about as big as you can get on this wall without blocking the thermostat and all that. So we're gonna start mounting the TV. So a lot of people, and this is how this wall came, sometimes there'll be a sticker that says mount TV here, but a lot of times if you just look up at the ceiling or on the walls, and there's mounts in the bedroom too, which I would assume that somewhere on this wall there's a stud or something that you can mount to. Typically, if you see the seam tape, I don't know how well it's picking it up, but that's usually a stud because the panels are meeting up to each other right there. But if you look really close, there's a discolored spot right there, and it's filler putty. There's one. I thought there was 2 or 3 on this. There's one there. Another one right there. So that's a good indicator of how to locate a stud. But I think, as far as I can tell, I pulled this little cap out for this, and there's 1/2-inch plywood right there. And, you know, just pushing on it, there's something behind that. It's not like there's a stud right there. I'm gonna go for the stud anyways, just because I know that's where it's at. Okay, so curveball on this one. The mount, some of them you can pivot around or whatever, and it would work if I could turn it 90. It would bolt right in, but I can't turn it 90. So I'm gonna probably look through my kits that I have already for all our TVs that all came with something, and see if I can't find something that's gonna work before I have to go make something. But keep that in mind when you're buying any TV mount for that matter, not just one for the camper, but you may have to modify something or try to figure out how to make this work with this. Alright, so I found some mounts, some hardware, and then a big bag of hardware. from the other TVs that we have in the house. So hopefully I can make something work here. I'm sure I can. So basically that's what we've ended up with. I just screwed them on. Like I said, all this extra stuff was left over from another TV, so we'll just get it put on here. I'll probably have to get some washers for this too, unless I can find some. I'm going to attempt to use this little bitty level just to see. There's enough slot in that hole, just even that round hole, there's enough play in it that that even I can adjust it a little bit if it looks way off. So the way this mount works is right now it's locked in, and then this will be underneath the, you'll be able to get to this when the TV's on there, but you just pull it and it releases a lever and you can move it around. But it's just a spring-loaded catch, and it hits a little bracket in here. And then it just snaps in whenever you're ready to move. You got to make sure this is up, because if not, it won't engage all the way. But you got to make sure that's locked. But that's the mount. It seems really solid. I definitely found the stud on that one. So we'll just put the TV on and then tighten all them screws up, and then I'll adjust it, because there's like 100 little adjustment screws in here that you can turn and flip and all that good stuff. Make sure it's just how you like it. But that's pretty much it for that mount. Okay, that's it. Hope it didn't drag on too long. But just keep in mind whenever you're buying any TV, really, but this mount is smaller than probably most TVs. I think the only thing, this would probably work better on a smaller one. We've got a 24 and a 32 inch, and I looked at them while I was in there looking for parts, and they're a lot smaller bolt pattern. So it would definitely work better on a smaller one, but just keep that in mind whenever you're getting 40, 42. I think this thing will hold up to a 43 inch. But when you get to the bigger TVs, just check your bolt pattern or your little screw pattern on the back. You may have to get adapter arms or figure out something else, or maybe you have to get a whole mount altogether. But like I said, I think this one would work a lot better on a smaller television. But so when you get one for a camper, don't just get one. You need to really get one that's specific for RVs or travel trailers or however they're classified at. Just because they have some sort of locking mechanism or straps that you can put around it to keep it from flopping around. But other than that, I'm going to do a quick walk around and show you guys what we were missing and something that kind of stuff that we were a little disappointed about. But that's it for this mount. We got a lot of stuff to do. There's a lot of storage that I'm going to try to capture in this camper that they kind of missed out on. Under the bunk beds, there's like the whole thing. You could take a piece of plywood and go about 4 inches off the floor in there, and the whole thing basically would be opened up. So we may look into doing that. And then just really a few just small stuff in this one. I know I did a lot on the Coleman, but this one kind of is almost exactly what we wanted, as far as storage and seating and all that good stuff. So it's got a fold down bed like we seen in the walkthrough video. There's plenty of room here in the living space. We're going to test it out in February with more than just us. My sister and brother-in-law are coming with us, and one of their kids, because we're going to go watch some baseball down in Alabama. I've got a nephew that plays college ball, and we're pretty excited to go see him. So we're really going to test out the space and how we can use it, especially with more than just 3 people, because we're typically just me, Carrie, and Elizabeth. So stay tuned for all that stuff. Like I said, we're going to do a quick walk around of all the stuff that they kind of missed, or I don't know if it was a supplier thing or whatever, that they couldn't get certain things or whatever. But let's walk around and kind of see what was missing from the walkthrough to what we have. Shasta went away from an internal radio, so there's no speakers in the ceiling, but they send you this sound bar, and they told us it could go inside and outside. I would love to know if anybody knows, or somebody could point us in the right direction of how to get it outside. And I only say that because once you unplug it from this cord, there's no batteries in it. There's not another cord for it anywhere that I can find. So, and they have mounts on the wall, and it's fine. It kind of just sits here, and we can use it for a sound bar for the TV, which is great. But if anybody knows anything about that sound bar, please let me know how to actually get it outside to work. That way we can Bluetooth a speaker or our phones into it, and we can use it outside, not just inside. So what else was it? The one thing that we are very frustrated about is the sink cover, and I don't know how to get a new one, just because, and it like rocks. It's very annoying to set stuff on, and I don't know, I might probably have to just go to the dealer for that. What else? Outside they have the Shasta sanitizing station, in this front compartment. I'm glad it's unlocked. Well, ours, the 22s. So if you get a 2022 and somebody tells you that you're getting a Shasta sanitizing station, you probably most likely are not going to. It's a pull-out hand wash station, and it's kind of Shasta's thing, but which gives me some more storage up front, so I'm not really mad about it. I think my Blackstone's gonna fit right here, and I wouldn't mind making some sort of shelf that it slides in and out on. But that is the stuff. I mean, considering they changed a bunch of stuff in manufacturing and you know, supply chain issues, I think that's about it. We still got the shower, which that's a Shasta standard. This was the first thing we put on. We got a custom tire cover, and I don't know if it's me or if it's just the way I put it on. It looks offset, but that's all right. That door's locked. Yeah, I think that was it for the stuff that was different. So that with the radio missing, it kind of changed that cabinet, but which kind of opened it up actually. I think that's it. This is gonna be it for this one. I hope if you're mounting a TV, you kind of got some pointers. You don't necessarily need to use a stud finder to get the studs. Just look on the wall for some staple holes. You can see them all the time. If you take a really strong magnet, you can probably pick them up too, and they'll probably more than likely be in line on a stud. But definitely do your own homework on that. All the mounts are going to be different. I had to make that TV work on that mount, like I said, and I showed you guys. So that'll be it for this one. I'm hoping to get some more stuff out here pretty quick. I've got a few odds and end things that we're going to do to this, but like I said, this camper's pretty much what we were looking for to start with. We just weren't sure about camping, and now we are sure about camping, and we really enjoy it. So other than adding storage in the back under the bunk, I'll probably do lift arms, the little lift cylinders on the queen bed. Not that the queen bed's heavy at all, but just to keep it up to help get stuff in there. And then I am going to make a mount for the Blackstone to go somewhere under the awning to where I can just kind of slip it into a piece of square tubing or whatever, kind of like a receiver, instead of on the back bumper. And then I got a couple things I may make for the back bumper. So that's it for this one. Thanks for following me along. Sorry I was a little long-winded here at the end, but if you haven't already, click the subscribe button. Give this video a big thumbs up if you like it, and we'll talk to you on to the next one.